Facts. So let's get to it though. Okay. So why do females give out fake numbers?
Because maybe they're scared of the person being a creep.
Are you guilty of that?
No, actually.
So you just say no?
No, I give my number and then I block them if they're corny.
So even if you find them unattractive, you still give them a fake number? I mean your number and then block them?
I give everybody a chance.
Okay, give everybody a chance. Interesting. Okay. So have you ever flaked on a guy before?
Yes.
What was your excuse or a lie with no excuse lie?
My excuse is I'm a busy single mama and or I didn't do my hair or I didn't feel pretty.
You did that because you didn't find them attractive?
No, never. Nope.
Well, you just felt like you just found another guy that was better?
No, never.
Okay. So that was your excuse? You like?
Literally, the truth is the excuse.
So you made it back up to him? You went back on the next one?
I mean, I didn't go into the next one, but I mean, if he wanted to keep pursuing me, I might have given him another chance. Or maybe he gave me another chance, really.
Okay. So you like to chase or you like to pursue?
Neither. I'm neutral.
You feel like females are the prize or?
No, I think that everybody's a prize. You get what you get.
Okay. So how late you ever been to a date before?
How late have I been?
Yeah.
Like 20, 30 minutes.
Okay. And he was still waiting on you or?
Yes.
Okay. Why you was late though?
Because I was trying to get ready.
Okay. Do you be late for work like that?
Yes.
You be 30 minutes late for work?
I have before. Okay. Not every day.
Did you? Okay. What's the latest a guy that made you wait?
Days.
Yeah. Like how long? Like how late you been?
I've literally waited days for someone to show up.
Okay. Okay. You ever stood somebody up?
Yes.
Okay. Why you did that and just tell them nah this ain't?
Also just scared.
Scared of rejection or you scared of his response?
Just scared of doing something new and being around somebody new and being too nervous. That's all.
Okay. Are you nervous right now?
Yes.
Okay. Who the best liars, men or women?
Men.
And why men?
Because they're so believable and cute.
Only a small percentage of that though, but okay.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous.
Okay.
Actually. I do this all the time. Okay. What about the women who lying saying that's their child when that's really not that man's child? What about that?
That's fucked up. That's grinding.
Right.
I think that all women and men should have DNA tests on all babies. I really do.
Okay. Why are women attracted to men with money, status, and power?
I don't think all women are attracted to that, but to answer the question, I think that it would be for a sense of stability and someone who got their shit together. Why would you know what I mean? I can understand why someone would be attracted to that.
Okay. Does height, what percentage of a man's height make up his attractiveness?
What percentage of his height?
Yeah.
Like 12. Not important.
So is height important or not important?
Not really important.
Okay. Do you feel like women are dating the same man or after the same type of man?
Yeah, a lot of women go after losers.
Okay. Why do you think a lot of women are attracted to the same type of man?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
You ever shared the same man before with another woman?
No. Not that I know of. Why, you know something? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Women are attracted to men with money, power, and status.
Because that's what they're taught to be attracted to, depending upon their upbringing, and they think that that's going to bring them happiness and stability.
Do you believe how likely it is for a rich man to change a woman's life than it is for a rich woman to change a poor man's life?
It depends. The likelihood is probably about 70-30. It depends. I think that depending upon the man, if he has a need to feel wanted and needed, he will change a woman of lesser stature's life. A woman, if she sees potential in a man and feels like she can bring something to the table, then she will change a poor man's life.
And what is the definition of settling?
What's the definition of settling?
Yeah.
Knowing that that person is not someone who you share a lot in common. You know, it depends on if you look at it spiritually. The Bible says being unevenly yoked. If you know you and that person are not on the same page mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, but you just want to be with somebody, then one of those major characteristics is going to be lacking, which means you're settling and you're not being with somebody who is going to match your same energy or be able to pour into you or speak to you or speak life into you and give you back. Basically reciprocity. If you're not with somebody who's where you are in those areas, then there will be no reciprocity. It's always going to be uneven.
Should the world be lived by patriarchy or matriarchy?
That's a hard one. I want to say patriarchy, you need that logic. Matriarchy, you need that nurturing. So it's a hard combination. I can't give you that one. I don't know.
If more women was dying in wars and more homelessness as men, do you feel like, hold on, I asked a question wrong. If more women were homeless and dying in wars and dying from dangerous jobs as men were, do you feel like there'd be outrage?
Yes, because women are thought of as nurturers and vulnerable, while men are thought of as protectors and providers. So therefore, if women were to start dying at a faster pace than men in situations like that, there would absolutely be a turnabout.
Right. So basically, would you say men are the disposable sex?
I don't think that men are the disposable sex, but just because the way that systemic thought process is, that the men are supposed to be the ones that put themselves in harm's way before the women. They're taught to provide and protect.
There's a saying that says women protect women and children. Is that true?
That women or men?
They say men are supposed to be protectors of women and children.
That is what they say. Correct by society, so by societal standards, and it depends on what society, because in some societies the women are the protectors of the men. So it just depends on how you look at it. But for the most part, talking about Western civilization, then yes, men are supposed to protect and provide for women and children.
Who protect the men?
If you have the right woman, you're a woman.
Okay.
If you have the right woman, and your woman is going to take on that. She's going to be the protector of your heart, your peace, your thought process, your spirituality. And if somebody come for you and she loves you to that limit, she's going to come for them too.
If relationships are 50-50, why are more marriages getting in divorce filed by women?
Because at some point in the relationship, a woman's needs are not met. It is most likely not always physical. It is mentally and emotional needs that are not met. When it comes to those things, women will communicate and tell a man what they want, but a man has to be willing to actively listen. And then most times, if a woman is filing, that means that she's screamed, hollered, told what all of her needs are, and the man has just stopped listening. Period.
We believe a lot of those women. They say 85% of women in the world file for divorces. So would you say a large part of those women disproportionately file for those divorces because that man wasn't their first choice to begin with?
No.
And they settled with him just to have somebody because he had security?
I think that women are the type, once you start something, we ask you, we expect for you to continue that. And I think it's a thing of, like they say, men like to chase. So once they've chased and they've gotten, then the level of concern in some men change. I can't say all men, but in some men change. So you always hear the famous saying, whatever you did to get them is what you got to do to keep them. And in women, as you go through life, like they say, you're going to meet several different versions of your partner. You know, and if y'all are not locked in like y'all young kids like to say, if y'all are not locked in, meaning you're not learning your person at each stage and evolving with them as you evolve, then yes, a woman is going to feel like her needs are not being met in some form or fashion, and she may file for divorce. Most women file for divorce because of that situation, the lack of communication, and their love language is not being met at some standard.
Okay. With that being said, though, they're filing for divorces, and then they go into divorce, and the second divorce is higher than the second divorce is higher, and the third divorce is even higher at 80%. So is it true that they're looking for something that they can't find or can't fulfill?
Well, that
them?
means that there's an issue with that person themselves, and they need to fix them first before. If you get past the first divorce and you continue to get married and get divorced, then that means there's something in you that you need to fix. You need to seek therapy to fix that, and that's where a lot of women and men mess up at. They jump from relationship to relationship because a lot of people don't like to be alone, but what they fail to do is heal. They fail to go to counseling. They fail to figure out what makes me feel the need to, instead of staying and figuring out what it is, to run or to move on, or to find the next best thing. So first off, it's an internal issue. Once you get past marriage number one, if you continue to continuously move in that direction, it's a you problem. You need to figure out is what you need to be happy, and you can't do that until you figure out who you truly are, period.
Do women want reality or they want to live in fantasy?
They want a mixture of both. You want romance, which you want to be whimsical, but you need reality because you have life that is going to continue to go on. So women want both. You want to live in reality, but you want whimsical moments of romance and things of that nature.
Okay. Why women give out fake numbers to men instead of being completely honest with them?
Because now we live in a society that if you don't give out a number to a man, he's liable to kill you. Because men don't know how to deal with confrontation or rejection.
Interesting.